Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Cooking with Natalie. Today, I'm showing you how to make spinach empanadas 3 ways: garlic spinach empanadas, spinach and chicken empanadas, and cheesy spinach empanadas. For the first version of this recipe, I'm going to be using 5 empanada discs, 10 cups of spinach, so about 2 cups per empanada, about a tablespoon or so of vegan butter, 5 cloves of garlic, about 1 clove of garlic per empanada, a fourth of a teaspoon of onion powder, and about an eighth of a teaspoon of salt. In a medium pan on medium heat, add the butter and the garlic. We're gonna cook this until it becomes fragrant, and we really do not want to overcook this because it will change the flavor completely. After about a minute or two, put in the spinach. I like to keep stirring it around to help the spinach wilt. As the spinach begins to soften and wilt, this is when I add the onion powder and the salt. Once you see that the spinach is completely cooked and that most of the water has evaporated, you remove it from the heat, and that's pretty much it for the filling. Now, once the filling is cooled down a bit, I'm going to start filling each empanada, about 2 to 3 tablespoons of filling. So now that I have all of my empanadas filled and sealed, I'm going to place them in the air fryer in batches of 2 or 3, depending on the size of your air fryer, at around 320 degrees for about 15 minutes. After about 10 minutes, I like to start checking them to make sure that I don't overcook them. Now, I advise you to wait before biting into these. Wait until they cool down because they are very, very, very hot inside. Up next, I'm going to show you how to make vegan chicken spinach empanadas. I'm going to use about 8 cups of spinach. That's about a cup and a half or so per empanada. 5 empanada discs, about a tablespoon of butter, 5 cloves of garlic, a fourth of a teaspoon of onion powder, and about an eighth of a teaspoon of salt. 8 Gardein chicken strips shredded. For all those who are not familiar with this brand, this is the bag of the Gardein chicken strips, and these are actually very versatile, and I use them for many recipes. And we're again following the same steps. I'm going to add the butter and the garlic to a medium-sized pan on medium heat and cook it until it starts to become fragrant, about a minute or 2. I then add the shredded mock chicken followed by the spinach. So again, I like to stir the mixture continuously so that it does not burn. And once the spinach has cooked thoroughly and that most of the water has evaporated, I'm going to remove it from the heat and begin filling my empanadas. I really like this version of the empanada because I feel that it's more of a complete meal. You have your protein, you have your greens, you have your carbs with the empanada dough. It may not be the absolute healthiest breakfast, but hey, at least you're getting your greens in there. So again, I'm gonna place these in the air fryer in batches of 2 or 3 in 320 degrees for about 15 minutes, and making sure that I don't overcook them. And for our third spinach empanada recipe, we're making spinach and cheese empanadas. So for this version, we're going to be using 10 cups of spinach, 5 empanada discs, about a tablespoon of butter, 5 cloves of garlic, a fourth of a teaspoon of onion powder, and about an eighth of a teaspoon of salt. Half a cup of shredded vegan cheese. So again, we're gonna start off with a pan on medium heat, and we're going to add the butter and the garlic and cook until it becomes fragrant for about a minute. Then I'm gonna add the spinach. And once Once the spinach starts to wilt, that's when I add the salt and onion powder followed by the cheese. And again, I'm gonna place these in the air fryer in batches of 2 or 3 for 320 degrees for about 15 minutes. And as always, you can get a free printout of this recipe at our website, cubanveganlife.com. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.